On this episode of That's My Houston, we have teamed up with the Woodlands City Lifestyle magazine to bring you an inspiring story of 209th Designs, located in the heart of Tomball, Texas. This one-stop shop has become the new interior design epicenter, but the story behind their work is unparalleled as their craftsmanship. This haven of highly skilled artists was the vision of sibling partners Troy and Mandy Garza. Known for their lacquer refinished furniture, metal fabrications, and distinctive decor for a beautifully curated design. I had the opportunity to sit down with Troy to discover his motivation and how he brought a spotlight to a family of a Uvalde victim that has captured the heart of the city and Matthew McConaughey.
I'm excited for this VIP tour.
I know, I'm excited to have you here.
Yeah, well, show me around.
Show me around in here, come on in. So this is the original shop that we opened up going on 3 years.
Wow.
So we took this property here, it was originally a house, and then we converted it into a showroom.
This is cool.
Go on here too, yeah, and it was just to show people how versatile lacquer is. So once it's on the furniture, it doesn't come off. Because basically that's how we refinish furniture. So if you use like a latex or an oil-based paint, it'll peel right off.
Right,
and
it'll fade.
So it'll fade. This is basically, it'll stay like this forever, and it's basically because the paint that I'm using is used for traditional wood refinishing.
Is this for sale?
It's for sale. So we have Nell Clark, and this is some of her jewelry here. I give her my color samples, and she'll match the jewelry to what it's going to be displayed on.
Oh my gosh.
So even when you see like paintings on the wall that I'm doing, it's like, it's two-toned, like gold and silver, like the hardware that I do, gold and silver.
It beautifully brings in the past and now, and it's such a neat design. And then take me through here.
So yes,
This piece is gorgeous.
So this piece is actually going to be delivered later today to my daughter. So Ava, this is for her. Her birthday is coming up this week. Even on pieces like this, I still two-tone out the hardware.
I like the two-tone.
Like this has it's a lacquer metallic, so I have to mix in metal with the paint so it looks like metal. When you come out here, we kind of have like this, like a compound style feeling. Like in this, so the furniture, everything that we see in here is done out here.
Okay.
So the way that it kind of works, like if someone brings us pieces that we're doing custom, the flow of it goes in through this shop where we're getting it prepped.
Okay.
Then it goes into paint. Unless something's broken, then it'll come in through here. We fix it in the repair shop, then go through there, paint, and then they go out. So it's just a big rotating system.
Wow.
In there.
You have, everything is very intentional and well thought out.
Yes, visually, it just kind of goes together. Just like in Spanish, it says like viva arte. It means we have to live art to produce it. So a lot of times, I always tell people like, what's the key to success? You have to immerse yourself in the culture of whatever it is.
And you've lived all over, right? So what's brought you back to Tomball? To make your...
My mom's shop was here for 17 years, and that's one of the main factors, but there's so much wide open space to do things, and it's a matter of someone doing it for someone to see it.
Right.
And a lot of times what I saw is like whenever people did shabby or they did like these romantic countries or chalk paint, there's nothing wrong with it, it's just that they had nothing to compare it to see what was great and what wasn't. Right. And then when we came in with our contemporary style that we can kind of tweak a little bit, it worked.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like, now we got people in Galveston calling us. Like we did probably 7 pieces for studios down there off of the Strand. And they just love kind of the industrial look that we can do with the furniture.
Now you're bringing life to pieces that become these heirlooms.
They do, and it's one of those things that kind of it reminds me of where you've come from.
Right.
But then the possibility of how things can change too. That was really what I focused on for the shop, and that's why you see a lot of cool colors and things that are like my accent colors are sometimes my main colors that I start with, and then I put everything around it. I like to build around the things that are neglected, and normally that's where the connection with people come in. When you walk in here, there's an experience, and it's with all the guys that are here that my hands aren't on that furniture 100%, it's a whole team.
The whole team,
And that's where I tell you, when you see drawers, those guys are signing it too with my name.
And you're making it accessible, your prices are affordable.
That's the thing too, the reason I started getting into art is that normally it had this thing where it's unattainable. People wouldn't even walk into a place because I can't afford it. But it should be that it's if you can control the product. My price, could I put it for more? I could, but I want more people to be affected and see it.
That leads me to your little cigar lounge.
Yes.
So are you going to show me the cigar lounge?
I will show you that in there too.
You guys see what he's made the cigar lounge out of.
Yes, out of the 1956 Spartan.
Oh my, where did you find her?
So this was in Charlie, my sister's husband's family since 1956.
Are you serious?
So yeah, so it's an original like owner. But the beautiful thing about Spartan, which I would say is different than Airstreams, is that if you've seen the movie The Aviator, Howard Hughes, so Howard Hughes owned Spartan. When he lost the contracts to make aircraft for the war, he started this company, and so that's why they're built like airplanes. So basically it was, and Howard Hughes is from Houston. So it was something that brought a piece of history here, and then Charlie's an avid cigar smoker. So he kind of asked us and a few of my friends to do, we go in there and we did it.
Awesome, I can't wait to see it.
So yes.
Oh my gosh, this is fabulous. Oh yeah, I can chill here all day.
Right, on the Chesterfield couch over here too.
This is awesome. So is this open after hours?
It is. So I think like tonight they'll be open until 10, and just guys come in here, you know, women smoke cigars too. I'm not a big cigar smoker, but
I like me a cigar.
But I like the smells of them and those things. My buddy Ryan Rica, he does all of our leather work, like for our wallets. So
these are beautiful.
So his craftsmanship is awesome, and I'm not just like selling those things. We're also clients. They do custom wallets for me too.
Well, hold on. This is a cigar caddy. This is how you hide the cigars from the wifey.
Yes, on there.
That
so you can see
is
them.
cool.
Hit or miss things. Like I'm not a big shopper online.
Yeah.
I like to like touch and feel certain things. So it's kind of like we try to bring people in, and we call it more of like, I think Charlie coined a frame called a Smokeasy instead of a speakeasy.
A Smokeasy.
So basically we try to keep it more of like, we put it online, it's not as exclusive, and when people see it, it's like we always say the same thing too. It's like anything that we do, like from our belts that we wear to whatever, it's like we have guys that make it for us, and that way it's like we keep the craftsmanship alive from like guys that people would never know.
Yeah, these are gifts you can't find anywhere. They're really unique and one of a kind.
They can't,
Men or women.
Yeah.
Like this is,
yeah, so we do that. We do t-shirts. Awesome. Mandy did her own line of candles and beard oils, so they have more of like a masculine scent to like their candles. And then
that smells amazing.
So and
Henry, you just named them.
Yeah, for there. And even like with this scrap leather that we have, we'll go in and make like bow ties for the dogs. Might put them.
For your doggy, I'd wear it.
Yeah, right. Like settle down here. It's not that kind of establishment, guys.
Next stop next door is Muse 101. This art gallery is dedicated to vibrant, one-of-a-kind furniture and art pieces, each with a story to tell.
That's the piece. That was the one I saw in Instagram, and I went, You put a heart somewhere in all of your paintings, right?
Pretty much all of them.
That's for your mom.
That's for my mom. Like, I always use like a dime on a lot of my work too, because my mom would always say when she found a dime when she was a kid, she would feel rich. So like if you look at all the canvases, all the
what?
Like, this is a piece from the 1800s.
Jeez, really?
But like even like the drawers, like anything that's left over, will leave like the maker's mark like on there.
Oh my gosh.
That's how you can find it. So if you cover it up, it kind of loses its value. So.
Yeah, they don't make drawers like this.
They don't. They don't.
This is a great room.
So yeah, so this is a lot like where you see like the colors that we're doing.
Yep.
I just finished that buffet was the last piece that I had done, and then the two pieces that went above it.
And you will ship these if someone orders them?
Yes, we will. We'll make a crate and ship those together. This was just kind of getting like one of those like chaotic hearts. A joke was people always say like, I wonder how your brain works.
Right.
So then on this side, I said, that's a scan of my brain. Like, you know, like just the way it looked like on there, you know what I mean?
Is this your brain or is that your brain?
That would be my brain, like on there too. I don't know what it means exactly. I got to talk to a therapist, I'm sure, but they'll tell me what that means.
Well, I feel very blessed to have had a tour from you. That's a really neat opportunity.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Thank you for walking me through it. It's just amazing that every piece that you do is an extension of your heart and your vision, and that you brought it to Tomball.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah, and I know that your mom is your big why. So she owned
Dahlia's Boutique, and she started back in '96, and it lasted about 17 years before she had gotten sick, and it was one of the main reasons why we came back. It just, it felt like unfinished business, the way that it ended for her, because she worked so hard, and she just wanted the town to never forget her.
Yeah.
And that was kind of a promise that I made her. So I had a clear-cut plan of what we had the vision to do, and bring that style in to Tomball.
Wow.
So do that.
I really see this as the heart. I mean, this place, 209 Designs, is the heart of Tomball. And you guys are just the veins for the city, and just you're really making a huge impact. And you're creating heirlooms, and you're leaving a legacy. So everything you're touching is just, it's gonna going to change the generations.
And it does. Really, like what I say that, that I take a lot of pride in, it's not representing like our family. It's really representing a whole town.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like great talent here. And hopefully one day, when they talk about like, the T or T-Town, they'll say that there was so many great artists that came, not from me, but from a location, because it's like we could thrive together. So that's really what, I think Tomball needed.
You made a very vibrant, beautiful piece with your daughter's footsteps that caught the eye of the families of victims of Uvalde and Matthew McConaughey. And tell me how that happened.
Well, we wear a lot of Converse like tennis shoes, and whenever the Uvalde shooting happened, it's like a lot of these things, my wife had told me that there was a shooting, and whenever I saw Matthew McConaughey speaking, he was speaking about, Ana Rodriguez's daughter, and the only way they could identify her was with the shoes. So it was kind of like, people were kind of like not sending me like things to do. It was just like, they knew that that's all I wear is Converse tennis shoes. So I thought it was a really cool concept. So then I decided to paint a canvas that was like, that spoke for, for Ana's child. And that was the main reason why I did it. And it wasn't like something that like, I just, I was so inspired. I was talking to my own 5-year-old when I'm dropping her off at school, and she would say things like, you think I might get shot today, or I might, these things, that it's kind of like, you have to put yourself in somebody else's shoes to understand like what fear is or hard work. And with that family, I knew that there was something that, it was just a matter of time that people were gonna forget, and I needed to do something that lasted like the furniture. So I did this canvas, and it had the little footprints on there that I actually used my daughter's Converse on a really large canvas. And it showed this really small person with this really big problem that we have. And it caught the eye of some people. Some people from Austin said, hey, it's like, we need to get you in touch with like Matthew McConaughey and his foundation that was there. They had reached out. But what was interesting was the family of the little girl that I had done it for called me directly.
Wow.
And they do want the painting there, and we're looking at a way to do things to raise money. But to me, it's like, it's great that nobody is gonna forget my mom. But it's for me to say that I can make a promise to that family that they won't forget your kids either, with what we do. And a lot of times, life happens and things change, and some people are forgotten. And that was the thing, that those kids look exactly like me growing up as kids, and I saw a whole community that looked like my family, that the connection was a lot greater to me, and then realizing these people weren't rich, and these people didn't have this like voice to speak. They have like a guy like Matthew McConaughey that brings a great awareness to what's going on, but he's from that town and he's been in their shoes. But Uvalde to me just seems like, just like my family in Corpus or Robstown, Texas, that same community of, family. And that's really all I wanted with the paintings, and that's why I did them. And I didn't think that they were gonna take off. It was kind of like me dealing with what my daughter had said and putting it out, and then I could visually see it. But I didn't realize it was gonna affect so many people. And that was the thing too. And then that's when I realized that that's the real power of art. It's not the platform, it's like the art, that if it can move people and make you watch it, see it, and wanna touch it and feel. And it's like, what we do is not to promote ourselves, but to promote a community or people who need what we have.
You're a true testimony to when you put good intentions out in the world, you get rewarded, and people accepting and helping to promote what you do and what it represents. And it's just an honor to get to know you today.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me, and I just can't wait to put this all together.
I know, I can't wait to see it. I hope these guys don't mess anything up on here. It's like, you got my good sides, so I hear it moving around.
And I'm bringing my husband back for this cigar lounge, and and do some shopping. Now I'm gonna go shop.
Thank you for watching That's My Houston. For more information about 209th Designs, visit them at 209thdesigns.com. This episode was brought to you by the Somerlyn Group with Compass.